Hello, everyone. Welcome to English Vocabulary, the place where we explore and expand our vocabulary. And today we have an exciting topic for you, all vocabulary about the airport. Let's dive right in. Airport facilities. Terminal. The main building at an airport where passengers wait for their flights, check-in, and board planes. Gate. The specific area at an airport where passengers board or disembark from their flights. Check-in counter. The place where passengers register for their flight, receive boarding passes, and drop off luggage. Security checkpoint. The area where passengers and their belongings are screened for prohibited items before entering the boarding area. Baggage claim. The area where passengers retrieve their checked luggage upon arrival at their destination. Customs. The government agency responsible for regulating the flow of goods and enforcing import-export laws at borders and airports. Immigration. The process of entering or leaving a country, including passport control and visa verification. Departure lounge. A waiting area for passengers before boarding their flights. Arrivals hall. The area of the airport where arriving passengers exit and reunite with friends, family, or transportation. Duty-free shops. Retail stores in airports where goods are sold without local import taxes, often targeted at international travelers. Boarding pass. A document issued to passengers that allows them to board their flight. Concourse. A large open area within the terminal building where gates are located and passengers wait for their flights. Runway. A designated area on the airport surface where airplanes take off and land. Taxiway. A paved path on the airport surface that connects runways with terminals, hangars, and other facilities used by airplanes for taxiing. Control tower. The tall structure at an airport from which air traffic controllers oversee the movement of aircraft on the ground and in the air. Baggage carousel. A rotating conveyor belt in the baggage claim area where luggage is delivered to passengers. Terminal shuttle. A transportation service within the airport that transports passengers between different terminals or remote parking areas. Airport personnel. Pilot. The person who operates and controls an aircraft during flight. Flight attendant. A crew member responsible for ensuring passenger safety and comfort during a flight. Air traffic controller. A person who coordinates the movement of aircraft to ensure safe and efficient air traffic flow. Ground crew. Workers responsible for various tasks on the ground, including aircraft maintenance, loading/unloading cargo, and guiding planes on the taxiway. Baggage handler. A worker responsible for loading and unloading luggage onto/from aircraft. Security officer. A personnel responsible for enforcing security measures and ensuring the safety of passengers and airport facilities. Customs officer. An official who enforces customs regulations and inspects goods entering or leaving a country. Immigration officer. An official who processes passports, visas, and other travel documents for international travelers at immigration checkpoints. Gate agent. An airline employee stationed at the gate who assists passengers with boarding, seating arrangements, and other pre-flight tasks. Ticket agent. An airline employee who sells tickets, provides information about flights, and assists passengers with reservations and changes. Airport manager. The person responsible for overseeing the operations and management of an airport, including facilities, services, and personnel. aircraft and vehicles. Airplane. A powered flying vehicle with fixed wings and jet engines or propellers designed for transporting passengers or cargo through the air. Helicopter. A type of aircraft that is lifted and propelled by one or more horizontal rotors, allowing it to hover and maneuver vertically. Jet. An aircraft propelled by jet engines which expel hot gases at high speeds to generate thrust and propel the plane forward. Propeller plane. An aircraft powered by one or more propellers which are driven by piston or turboprop engines to produce thrust and propel the plane forward. Runway sweeper. A vehicle equipped with brushes or vacuum systems used to clear debris, snow, or other foreign objects from airport runways to ensure safe aircraft operations. Tug. A vehicle used to push or pull aircraft on the ground, typically from the terminal gate to the runway or vice versa. Catering truck. A vehicle equipped to transport and deliver food, beverages, and supplies to aircraft for in-flight service. Fuel truck. A vehicle equipped to transport and dispense aviation fuel to aircraft for refueling. Luggage cart. A wheeled vehicle or trolley used to transport passengers' luggage between terminals, aircraft, and baggage handling facilities. Aircraft marshaller. A ground crew member responsible for directing the movement of aircraft on the ground using hand signals or radio communication. Airfield maintenance vehicle. A vehicle used for various maintenance tasks on airport grounds, such as repairing runways, taxiways, and other infrastructure, as well as landscaping and snow removal. Passenger services. Check-in. The process of registering for a flight, receiving a boarding pass, and handing over luggage at the airport. Boarding. The process of passengers getting onto an aircraft before departure. Baggage drop. A location at the airport where passengers can deposit their checked luggage after checking in for their flight. Lost and found. A facility where lost items found within the airport or on aircraft are collected and stored for retrieval by their owners. VIP lounge. An exclusive waiting area within the airport reserved for VIPs, frequent flyers, or passengers with certain memberships or ticket classes, offering amenities such as comfortable seating, refreshments, and business services. Information desk. A designated area where airport staff provide assistance, information, and directions to passengers regarding flights, facilities, and services. Travel agency. A business that specializes in arranging and selling travel services such as flights, accommodations, tours, and transportation. Car rental. A service available at the airport where passengers can rent vehicles for use during their stay at their destination. Shuttle service. A transportation service that operates between the airport and various destinations such as hotels, city centers, or rental car locations. Wheelchair assistance. A service provided to passengers who require mobility assistance, offering wheelchairs and assistance with navigating the airport. Pet relief area. Designated spaces within the airport where passengers traveling with pets can take their animals for bathroom breaks and exercise. Mobile charging stations. Stations equipped with power outlets or USB ports where passengers can recharge their electronic devices, such as smartphones and tablets, while waiting at the airport. Security and safety. Security screening. The process of examining passengers and their belongings to ensure they comply with safety regulations before entering secure areas of the airport. X-ray machine. A device that uses X-rays to create images of the inside of objects, commonly used to scan luggage and detect prohibited items. Metal detector. A device that emits electromagnetic fields to detect metal objects on a person's body or within their belongings. Security checkpoint. A designated area within the airport where passengers undergo security screening before entering the boarding area. Baggage scanner. A machine used to inspect checked and carry-on luggage for prohibited items using X-ray technology. Security personnel. Trained individuals responsible for enforcing security measures and maintaining safety within the airport. Emergency exit. A designated route for evacuating a building in the event of an emergency. Fire extinguisher. A portable device used to extinguish small fires by releasing a substance that suppresses flames. Emergency evacuation procedures. Predefined protocols and actions to be followed in the event of an emergency requiring the evacuation of an area or building. First aid station. A designated area equipped with basic medical supplies and personnel trained to provide initial medical assistance in case of injuries or illnesses. Automated external defibrillator, AD. A portable device used to deliver an electric shock to the heart to restore normal heart rhythm in the event of sudden cardiac arrest. Flight information. Arrival time. The scheduled or actual time when a flight is expected to arrive at its destination airport. Departure time. The scheduled or actual time when a flight is expected to leave from its departure airport. Boarding time. The time when passengers are allowed to begin boarding the aircraft before departure. Delay. A situation where a flight departs or arrives later than its scheduled time due to various reasons, such as weather, mechanical issues, or air traffic congestion. Date change. A situation where the departure gate for a flight is changed after passengers have been informed of the original gate assignment. Cancelled. The status of a flight when it is officially terminated and no longer operating, typically due to operational reasons such as weather, mechanical problems, or staffing issues. Diverted. The situation when a flight is redirected to an alternate airport instead of its original destination due to unforeseen circumstances, such as weather, airport closures, or medical emergencies. Connecting flight. A flight itinerary that involves changing planes at an intermediate airport to reach the final destination with a layover or stopover between flights. Direct flight. A flight that travels from the departure airport to the destination airport without intermediate stops but may involve one or more legs or segments. Layover. A scheduled break in travel during a journey where passengers wait at an intermediate airport for a connecting flight without leaving the airport. Final call. The last announcement made before the boarding gate is closed, indicating that passengers should immediately proceed to board the aircraft. Airport transport. Shuttle bus. A bus service provided by airports or transportation companies to transport passengers between different airport terminals, parking lots, rental car facilities, or nearby hotels. Taxi. A vehicle available for hire that provides transportation services for passengers between the airport and their destination. Ride-sharing service. A transportation service where passengers use a mobile app to request rides from nearby drivers using their personal vehicles, often offering more flexibility and lower fares compared to traditional taxis. Rental car. A vehicle rented by passengers from rental car companies at the airport for temporary use during their stay at their destination. Airport train. A train service connecting the airport with nearby city centers or transportation hubs, providing an alternative mode of transportation for passengers. Parking lot. An area designated for vehicles to park temporarily while passengers travel through the airport, typically offering both short-term and long-term parking options. Drop-off zone. A designated area at the airport where passengers can be dropped off by private vehicles or taxis before entering the terminal building. Pickup zone. A designated area at the airport where passengers can be picked up by private vehicles, taxis, or ride-sharing services after exiting the terminal building. Aircraft operations. Takeoff. The moment when an aircraft leaves the ground and ascends into the air at the beginning of a flight. Landing. The act of touching down on the runway at the conclusion of a flight. Taxiing. The movement of an aircraft on the ground under its own power, typically to or from a runway, gate, or maintenance area. Pushback. The process of pushing an aircraft away from the gate using a specialized vehicle called a pushback tug to prepare for taxiing. Gate arrival. The arrival of an aircraft at its designated gate at the terminal building upon completion of a flight. Ground handling. The various services provided to aircraft on the ground, including pushback, towing, loading/unloading of baggage and cargo, and other logistical support activities. De-icing. The procedure of removing ice or frost from an aircraft's wings, fuselage, and control surfaces to ensure safe flight operations during winter weather conditions. Refueling. The process of replenishing an aircraft's fuel supply, typically done at the gate or on the apron using specialized fuel trucks. Baggage loading/unloading. The process of transferring passengers' checked luggage to and from the aircraft's cargo hold before and after a flight, typically done using conveyor belts or vehicles equipped with cargo loaders. Travel documents. Passport. A travel document issued by a country's government to its citizens, certifying the holder's identity and nationality and allowing them to travel internationally. Visa. An endorsement or stamp placed in a passport by a foreign government, granting the holder permission to enter, leave, or stay in that country for a specified period and purpose. Boarding pass. A document issued to passengers, typically in the form of a paper or electronic ticket, which grants them permission to board a specific flight. ID card. A government-issued document containing personal information and a photograph used to verify a person's identity. E-ticket. An electronic ticket that serves as proof of purchase for travel on a specific flight, stored electronically in a database rather than being issued as a physical paper document. Itinerary. A detailed plan or schedule of travel arrangements, including dates, times, routes, accommodations, and activities. Travel insurance. Coverage that provides financial protection against unexpected events or emergencies that may occur during travel, such as trip cancellations, medical emergencies, or lost luggage. Health certificate. Documentation issued by a medical professional or government authority certifying that a person or animal meets certain health requirements for travel, often required for entry into certain countries or for transporting pets. Customs declaration form. A document required by customs authorities when entering or leaving a country, detailing items being carried, their value, and whether they are subject to duties or restrictions. Immigration card. A form provided by immigration authorities that must be completed by travelers entering or leaving a country, containing personal information and details about the purpose and duration of the visit. Airport amenities. Lounges. Exclusive waiting areas within the airport reserved for passengers with certain ticket classes or memberships, offering amenities such as comfortable seating, refreshments, business services, and relaxation areas. Restaurants. Dining establishments within the airport where passengers can purchase and enjoy a variety of meals, snacks, and beverages. Cafes. Casual dining establishments within the airport where passengers can purchase coffee, tea, pastries, sandwiches, and light meals. Duty-free shops. Retail stores within the airport that sell goods such as alcohol, tobacco, perfume, cosmetics, electronics, and souvenirs to international travelers without local import taxes. Boutiques. Fashion and specialty retail stores within the airport offering clothing, accessories, jewelry, gifts, and other luxury items. Restrooms. Facilities within the airport equipped with toilets, sinks, and other amenities for passengers to use for personal hygiene. Children's play area. Designated areas within the airport equipped with toys, games, and interactive features to entertain and occupy children during their time at the airport. Information desk. A service counter within the airport staffed by personnel who provide assistance, directions, and information to passengers regarding flights, facilities, and services. Charging stations. Stations equipped with power outlets or USB ports where passengers can recharge their electronic devices such as smartphones, tablets, and laptops. Prayer room. A designated space within the airport equipped with facilities and amenities for passengers to perform religious prayers, meditation, or reflection in accordance with their faith. Airlines and Codes. Airline. A company that provides air transport services for passengers and cargo. Flight. A journey made by an aircraft, including takeoff, travel through the air, and landing. Carrier. Another term for an airline referring to the company responsible for transporting passengers or cargo. Airline code. A unique 2-letter or 3-letter code assigned to each airline by the International Air Transport Association (ITA) for identification purposes. Airline alliance. A partnership between multiple airlines to coordinate schedules, pricing, and services to provide passengers with more options and benefits, such as seamless connections and frequent flyer programs. Low-cost carrier LCC. An airline that offers no-frills, budget-friendly air travel by charging for additional services and amenities separately from the base fare. Full-service carrier FSC. An airline that offers a wide range of services and amenities included in the ticket price, such as meals, drinks, checked baggage, and in-flight entertainment. Codeshare flight. A flight operated by one airline but marketed and sold by another airline under its own flight number and branding. Non-stop flight. A flight between 2 points without any intermediate stops, allowing passengers to travel directly from departure to destination. Connecting flight. A flight itinerary that requires passengers to change planes at an intermediate airport with a layover or stopover to reach their final destination. Layover. A scheduled break in travel during a journey where passengers wait at an intermediate airport for a connecting flight. Passenger experience. Boarding announcement. An announcement made by airline staff to inform passengers that it is time to board the aircraft. In-flight entertainment. Entertainment options provided to passengers during a flight, such as movies, TV shows, music, and games. Food and beverage service. The provision of meals, snacks, and drinks to passengers during a flight. Seat assignment. The allocation of specific seats to passengers before boarding the aircraft. Overhead bin. Storage compartments located above passenger seats where carry-on luggage and other items can be stowed during the flight. Lavatory. A restroom or toilet facility available for passengers to use during the flight. Call button. A button located on the passenger's seat that can be pressed to request assistance from flight attendants. Seatbelt sign. An illuminated sign above passenger seats indicating when passengers must remain seated and fasten their seatbelts, usually during takeoff, landing, or turbulence. Tray table. A fold-down table attached to the back of the seat in front of a passenger used for eating, working, or placing items during the flight. Air sickness bag. A disposable bag provided to passengers to vomit into in case of motion sickness or air sickness during the flight. Airports around the world. John F. Kennedy International Airport, JFK. An airport located in New York City, USA, serving as a major international gateway to the United States. Heathrow Airport, LHR. The largest and busiest airport in the United Kingdom, located in London, serving domestic and international flights. Dubai International Airport, DXB. The primary airport serving Dubai, United Arab Emirates, and one of the busiest airports in the world for international passenger traffic. Changi Airport, Sin. The main airport in Singapore, known for its modern facilities, efficiency, and amenities, consistently ranked as one of the best airports globally. Los Angeles International Airport, LAX. The primary airport serving Los Angeles, California, USA, and one of the busiest airports in the world in terms of passenger traffic. Charles de Gaulle Airport, CDG. The largest international airport in France, located near Paris, serving as a major hub for international flights. Beijing Capital International Airport, PK. The main airport serving Beijing, China, and one of the busiest airports in the world in terms of passenger traffic. Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, ATL. The primary airport serving Atlanta, Georgia, USA, and consistently ranked as the world's busiest airport by passenger traffic and aircraft movements. Frankfurt Airport, FRA. The largest airport in Germany, located in Frankfurt, serving as a major hub for international flights and one of Europe's busiest airports. Narita International Airport, NRT. The main international airport serving the Greater Tokyo area, Japan, located in Narita, serving a significant number of international flights. Aviation regulations and organizations. Federal Aviation Administration, FAA. The National Aviation Authority of the United States, responsible for regulating and overseeing civil aviation operations, safety, and air traffic management within the country. International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO. a specialized agency of the United Nations responsible for setting international standards and regulations for civil aviation, promoting cooperation among member states, and fostering a safe and efficient global air transport system. Aviation Safety Authority, a governmental or regulatory body responsible for overseeing and enforcing safety standards and regulations in the aviation industry within a specific country or region. Airworthiness directives, mandatory instructions issued by aviation authorities to address safety concerns or defects in aircraft, engines, or components requiring compliance by aircraft operators or manufacturers. Noise abatement procedures, guidelines and measures implemented by airports and aviation authorities to mitigate aircraft noise impacts on surrounding communities, such as flight path restrictions, curfews, and noise reduction technologies. Environmental regulations, regulations aimed at minimizing the environmental impact of aviation activities, including measures to reduce aircraft emissions, noise pollution, and habitat disruption. Aviation security regulations, rules and protocols established by aviation authorities to protect passengers, crew, and aircraft from security threats, including screening procedures, access controls, and cargo security measures. Air traffic management regulations, regulations governing the safe and efficient movement of air traffic within airspace, including procedures for air traffic control, airspace design, and aircraft separation. Flight safety regulations, regulations aimed at ensuring the safety of flight operations covering aspects such as pilot licensing, aircraft maintenance, operational procedures, and emergency preparedness. Airport licensing requirements, criteria and standards established by aviation authorities for the licensing and operation of airports, including infrastructure, facilities, safety protocols, and compliance with regulatory requirements. Emergency procedures, emergency evacuation, the process of quickly and safely evacuating passengers and crew from an aircraft or building in response to an emergency situation such as fire, smoke, or other hazards. Emergency slides, inflatable slides deployed from aircraft doors during emergency evacuations to provide a rapid means of egress for passengers and crew. Emergency lighting, illumination systems installed in aircraft or buildings that activate automatically during power failures or emergencies to guide occupants to emergency exits and evacuation routes. Evacuation slides, slides deployed from aircraft doors or overwing exits during emergency evacuations to facilitate the rapid evacuation of passengers and crew to the ground. Emergency exits, designated exits on aircraft or in buildings intended for use during emergency evacuations, equipped with features such as doors, windows, or hatches that can be opened quickly. Emergency procedures training, training provided to aviation personnel, including flight crew, cabin crew, and ground staff, to prepare them to respond effectively to emergency situations such as evacuations, fire emergencies, and medical incidents. Emergency response teams, specialized teams of trained personnel tasked with responding to emergencies at airports, including firefighting, medical response, and rescue operations. Crash rescue equipment, specialized equipment and vehicles used by emergency response teams to rescue passengers and crew from aircraft involved in accidents or incidents. Fire suppression systems, Systems installed in aircraft or buildings to detect, control, and extinguish fires, including fire extinguishers, sprinkler systems, and fire suppression agents. Emergency medical services. Medical services and personnel available to provide emergency medical care to passengers and crew during in-flight medical emergencies or following aircraft accidents or incidents. Miscellaneous. Air traffic control ATC. A service provided by ground-based controllers to manage the safe and orderly flow of air traffic within controlled airspace and at airports. Jet lag? A temporary sleep disorder caused by traveling across multiple time zones, resulting in fatigue, insomnia, and other symptoms as the body's internal clock adjusts to the new time zone. Boarding gate announcement. An announcement made at the boarding gate to inform passengers when it's time to board their flight. Baggage allowance. The maximum weight and dimensions of baggage allowed for free or at a specified cost on a flight, determined by the airline's policy. Layover. A scheduled break in travel during a journey where passengers wait at an intermediate airport for a connecting flight without leaving the airport. Stopover. A planned break in travel during a journey where passengers spend more extended time at an intermediate location, often staying overnight before continuing their journey. Frequent flyer program. A loyalty program offered by airlines to reward frequent travelers with benefits such as free flights, upgrades, and other perks based on the number of miles flown or points earned. Airport code. A unique three-letter code assigned to each airport by the International Air Transport Association (ITA) for identification purposes, often used in flight itineraries and baggage tags. Flight delay. A situation where a flight departs later than its scheduled departure time due to various reasons, such as weather conditions, mechanical issues, or air traffic congestion. Flight cancellation. The termination of a scheduled flight before departure, usually due to operational reasons such as adverse weather, mechanical problems, or staffing issues. Thanks for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed diving into airport vocabulary. If helpful, like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Share your thoughts, questions, or suggestions below. We love hearing from you. See you in the next video. Goodbye.